Okay, waiting for me. Well, that's not a good sign. How you doing? Coffee cup readings. Appreciate that. Okay, YouTube, why aren't you working here? All right. Manuel Asai. Shouldn't you be working? See you over on Facebook. Come on, YouTube. If you guys mind, pop it over to my YouTube channel. Can you see me? Is it working on there yet? It's Adelaide from Pakistan. How you doing? Ava, if you're still here, can you go over to YouTube? Can you see me there, or is it not working yet? If you don't mind dropping everything and double checking this for me. Current. Oh, I think it might be up and working. Yes. All right. Cool. So YouTube, it looks like we are good to go. Just pop up the chat. Great, Sirkin. Hey, awesome. Ready for 2018. Perfect. Excellent. All right. I think we are good. I think we're good to go. All right. Yes. Looks like everything is working. All right. Let's get into things. So 2018. What are we? We're January 11th. We're January 11th, and everyone's motivated probably to hit their goals still. Some of you, like me, I'm still struggling to define exactly what my goals are going to be. So I figured, hey, you know what? Doing a quick workshop Q&A session here to share how I set my goals, kind of break down the categories that allowed me, check this out. In 2017, what have I accomplished? Okay, my main income source right now that I make right now wasn't even a thing in January of 2017. It was just a little blip on the radar that one day, maybe, hopefully, if I'm good enough, I can create it. Now it's my main income source. Less than 12 months. Okay? I've left my job. I wouldn't call myself financially free, but I ain't got a boss to answer to anybody except for my wife. It's just a matter of time until she's able to leave her job, which is so exciting. That's the ultimate goal because I can't stand her working because I need more attention, I guess. But I just like the freedom. So much has happened in a year. So it really comes down to, I think, just being focused on the goals that I wanted to hit for this year and a couple other things, of course. What it wasn't being blessed. It wasn't luck. Or it wasn't any of that other stuff that a lot of people tend to talk about. Kind of bugs me when they're like, oh, I'm so blessed that I did this or whatever. And I get the idea where they're coming from. But honestly, how did I hit this? How did I create a passive income? How was I able to leave my job and, kind of go, I can do whatever I want any day now and I still get paid? Because I worked my freaking tail off in all of 2017. I just worked and I made it happen. I remind myself constantly of my goals and I just got it done. So my mission this year is to help as many people accomplish what I was able to accomplish and then some for 2018. So let's start off here and cool. Awesome. All right. Yes. Perfect. All right. Hey, so really quick, where are you guys all from? Those of you who are on YouTube, we got YouTube here, we got Instagram there, and Facebook we got down here. So if you notice, if this is flipped, if you can't read backwards, just head over to the YouTube channel. You'll be able to see it there. But I figured, hey, you know what? Stream on all the things. That's what all the big names do. I want to be a big name. So let's dive into things here. All right. So as we get going here, I'm going to break down how I decide what categories to kind of break down my goals in. Because I used to set goals where it's like, okay, this year I want to do this. and it was kind of really general, but what I found works really, really, really well is when you break down your goals into very, very specific areas of your life, because that allows you to do a couple of things. Well, at least for me, it allows me to kind of separate my goals. Like the areas that I focus on, income, my business, health goals, personal growth goals, materialistic goals. I want to talk about that for sure. And then there are I wrote down contribution or giving back and different things like that. And I got kind of a flip side that I want to throw down when we talk about that. I'm sure there's some more areas, but those are kind of the ones that I really focus on when I think about, setting goals and things like that. So let's dive into it. So feel free to share what your biggest goals are. When we go through each category, I'd love to see you participate and get involved, because the number one thing, if I look back at 2017, the number one reason I was able to accomplish, and I have my business goals, I have MECO side goals for 2017. These are the papers that I have. They're taped up on my wall. They've been taped on my wall for a year. I just took them down yesterday, and in the bedroom. So as soon as I get up in the morning, I see I see everything I need to get done for the year. So as we go through the different categories, share your goals. What are your goals? What are you excited about? What are you going to be working your tail off to accomplish this year? Because the biggest thing that helped me was doing my monthly goal report and just getting the word out there. Because then I felt like if I didn't accomplish something, it was a lot harder, because I told people I was going to work hard for this and I was going to go after this. So share your goals. All right. So the first one we're going to talk about, financial. Okay. Did I spell that right? Who really cares? Financial goals. The number one thing we're going to talk about. Let me know in the comments, why do you think financial goals is above all else? And I'm trying not to sound like a materialistic whatever, but why do you think I focus on my financial goals first? It's quite simple, really. And I think we're delayed on a few things, so I'll just give it a second. Type in an answer. Why do you think financial goals is one of my main focuses? Well, she's just over 2 years old, and she has certain needs. Money is basic to other things. You need money in the society that we live in. Money buys food. Money buys shelter. Money buys clothes. Right? Money's not everything. Don't get me wrong, but let's be serious. If you don't get your financials right, if you don't get your money right, well, there's a lot of stuff you're not going to get done in life, right? Mariana, Julia, Alejandra, they rely on me to bring in a certain amount of income to take care of them, to financial stability. Financial stability lets you do everything else you want in life. People who complain about money are the people who have no money, right? You never hear rich people, or not even rich, just people who have their financial stuff taken care of, who have whatever, if it's 10,000, 100,000, in the bank, and they're just not worried about going to the grocery store. They're able to go out to the grocery store when they need new underwear, when they need new socks, they just go get it. When they need a new shirt because it's getting old, they can just go buy it, right? When there's a car repair needed, they can just repair their car, right? You have to get this done first, because without getting this taken care of, all your other goals, the majority of them aren't going to happen. Okay? What's the number one reason people get divorced in America? Right? What's the number one reason? Financial fights. Right? It's fighting over money. It's fighting over money. So getting this done, getting this taken care of is one of the most important things you can do for yourself. And it doesn't have to be like, my goal for this year is to bring in $500,000 in revenue for the business. It doesn't have to be a major goal. If you're happy making like 50, 60, 70 grand a year, and that for you, your lifestyle and everything you're taking care of, well then freaking go for it. Like that's awesome. But just getting by and living paycheck to paycheck, it just doesn't allow you to have the type of security that you really need. I'm gonna try to read some of these questions that are coming up. I've never felt more motivated since I was in a relationship where I felt that provider mentality click in. Now I'm on my own and I'm close to that level, but clearly you have that provider mentality. I just got to hit click, see more. That's probably one of the most powerful motivating factors. You know what? The other day, sorry, what's your name? Avishk. The other day I was driving and this thought popped into my head and I'm like, oh, I would love to buy my baby girl some diamond-studded earrings. She's 2. She doesn't need anything stupid and ridiculous about that. But what it would do for me, just being able to provide that for her, is so freaking cool. I'm like, that's awesome. That'd be such a cool thing to be able to do. So being able to provide for your loved ones, being able to give back, being able to take care of family as they get older, or your friends, or, what if one of my biggest motivational goals is, I'll just tell you, I think it was TELUS that stepped in and did this. In Vancouver, we do a Santa Claus parade in November, I'm sure like most North American places, and they were $117,000 short. So they were ready to go, and they were short $117,000, and they were looking for help. How cool would it have been to be able to come in? That's my hometown. Well, Burnaby is, but Vancouver, whatever. How cool would it have been able to come in and donate the $117,000 to make sure Santa Claus doesn't miss Vancouver? Like, that's the type of motivational things that's the reason I want to make stupid amounts of money. So I'm able to drop $100 grand when, they're like, oh, we need it, and you can drop it and not really worry about it. Or what if a friend gets sick and there's a $20,000 medical bill that they can't take care of, and you just go in there and you drop, you take care of it for them because they're dealing with their medical stuff. You don't want them stressing over the money, and because you spent time and effort on getting this right, you're able to take care of that for them. Right? That's how you make a difference in people's lives. That's how you can change the world. So 100% getting this right. With each one of these steps, right? So if my goal, for example, for this year, $500,000. Now, am I going to make that off one stream of income? No, I think I have something like close to 10 different ways of getting paid, of main sources of income, right? Financial goals. The number one thing, if you don't get anything else from this, the number one thing you need to do is make sure you're getting paid from multiple sources of income, not just one source, right? You can't just go to work and get paid. You have to have, I think Gary calls it your side hustle. You have to have some other sources of income coming in. Whether it's $50 a month or $50,000 a month, you have to have other sources of income coming in. That's the only way to reach financial success, financial independence, and all of that fun jazz. So I love that somebody said it's the fuel that keeps the engine running. I absolutely just love that. I'm just gonna move over my chat so I can make sure I don't miss anything here. All right. Cool. All right. Hey, what are some of your financial goals for 2018? If you don't mind sharing, right? And hey, let's be honest. Last year, my financial goal was $200,000. I actually, after this, I'm doing my full report for last year. I think we'll end somewhere around 50 to 60,000 of revenue. I didn't hit my 200,000. Now, am I disappointed in myself? Do I feel bad that I didn't hit, what was that main goal for me? Nah, absolutely not. Right? Now, why didn't I say, well, I should hit 200,000 this year? Well, there's a very, very simple reason. The Emeka who stands before you now is not the same Emeka who started 2017. I know so much more about the space I'm in. I have a full-time mentor that I pay every single month without fail. I have more confidence because of everything I went through last year. So my confidence level is that I'll do 200,000 this year. I'm extremely confident. Confident to do this. This still scares the heck out of me. My Matt D1, he's still reinforcing. He's like, don't worry. Let's get to 100 first, and then we'll keep building. But this feels like it'll stretch me because I really have to up my game and just up everything. So 100,000 from multiple streams. Awesome. Okay. So the next one I focus on is all business-related goals. So business-related goals are things like you reevaluate where your current business is, right? So for me, for example, right? I do Kindle publishing. It's such a horrible name because it's not even just Kindle publishing. It's like publishing. But I publish books on Amazon and Ingram Spark and a whole bunch of other platforms. That's one of my sources of income. So I reevaluate. All right, so it did this last year. I don't even know how much it did. Maybe no idea. But so it did this. What do I want to grow it to this year? Right? Courses, programs. Right? What are they doing? How are they doing? How can they do better? And then new businesses. What are some additional things? What are some additional revenue streams that I'd like to get into? So whatever you're doing right now, whether it's publishing or Amazon, FBA, or drop shipping, or Shopify, or crypto, or I guess that wouldn't really be a business, but more of an investment. But whatever it is that you're doing, right? What other ones would you like to add to increase your income streams for 2018? So that's what I kind of look at when I look at the business there. Okay, now the next one. I think we all could focus on this one a little bit more because without this one, nothing else matters. Yes, you'll be able to see it stuff. Health. Without health, let's be real, nothing matters. You don't care how much money you've made when you're struggling to breathe or you're on your sick bed. Nothing matters if your health is not in check. Taking care of yourself is by far the most important thing in the world. When do you notice that you need to be taking care of yourself? When you're sick? It's Warren. Yeah, the whiteboard's reversed. Hop onto YouTube. The screen is backwards because if the screen wasn't backwards, I wouldn't be able to see your comments right now. So this is just so I can see your comments. But I'm sure you guys can figure this out. I'm using nice and short words for all of you. But your health has to be top priority, right? We all know the sayings, right? Apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Drink 8 cups of water. Stay away from all the sugars, right? Don't drink too much pop. Don't, have too much cake. Go for a 40-minute walk every single day, right? We all know the basic stuff. We don't always do it. I have a health coach that that keeps me in check every single week. He even texts me on the days that I shouldn't be working out just to make sure I'm eating enough and everything. Love it. One of the best things I could have got for myself last year was a proper health coach to call me on my bull, to help keep me, in check when it comes to my health. So how do you set your goals for your health? Well, what's your ideal body? What would your ideal figure look like, right? One of my major goals for this year is just to add 5 to 10 pounds of muscle mass. Start working out at the gym regularly. Run another marathon and do it under 5 hours, right? So those are the type of health goals that I set for myself. Things that I know are going to stretch and push myself. And here's a little trick, right? For those of you who would be signing up for a gym or whatever the case is, sign up for something else that's going to force you to participate and go pay for it. So the marathon or half marathon coming up in February that I'm going to run, then I'll probably find another one that's going to be early fall. Then I'll do the one that I just did in December, because then that forces me to make sure I keep myself in check. I don't slack off until December, until if I was only to do that one again. What are some of your health goals that you want to get accomplished this year in 2018? Right? Maybe for some of the women watching, it might be like that bikini body, right? That beach body, right? I want that beach body. Let me check some of the comments here. All right. Yeah, so this is 500,000, Vinay. Sorry, the reflection is kind of horrible. High ticket affiliate marketing, awesome. How much do you pay your gym trainer? Well, actually, he's from Herbalife, and so I just buy my supplements and stuff off him, and he just collects the commission. And so I got a kind of pretty sweet setup there. But when I start going to the gym in a couple weeks, maybe I'll find an actual trainer inside the gym to so I work out with them every, I think I'll be there 3 days a week. So 3 days a week, I'll just have somebody there that I'm working out with. Fortunately, I'm in Mexico. Stuff like that is relatively inexpensive. I think when I look into it, it was we're talking $10, $20 an hour. Cheap for a trainer at the gym. Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's a little too much for me. I want to lose 10 kilos, get a six-pack, and learn how to do a backflip, man. I can't do a backflip. That'd be so cool. All right. My health goals are to stay balanced, keep my stress manageable, wake up early, sleep on time, and cook good meals. Right there. That's awesome. If more people just did that, the world would be a better place. I finished an Olympic triathlon in 2014 and 15. It was so intense. My man, that is intense. An Olympic distance triathlon. That's insane. You should go plant-powered. Warren, I am missing the plant-powered dieting and everything. It's so difficult down here in Mexico. We're very limited on at least where we are with proper produce and things like that. It's rather unfortunate, but maybe Warren, maybe. All right, what's the next one that I talk about? Growth. So this is personal growth. Personal growth. All right. Bread for the head. You got to take care of your body, right? This is all the body. This is your mind. So here are things like seminars, right? Robin Sharma. If you don't know who Robin Sharma is, definitely go check out some of his stuff. Robin Sharma has a seminar in Toronto, end of June or beginning of June. I went to it in 2010, completely changed my life. So going to personal development seminars, or it's just reading X amount of books. Here's a great question. How many books did you read in 2017? How many books did you read in 2017? My goal was 12. I didn't come anywhere close to that. I read about 4 or 5. If you can count audiobooks a book, 1 book a month. And I tried that goal and I failed. But, it's, yeah. So what else would fall into personal development? Man, anything that you're doing to increase your mind, or just, for some of you, like one thing that I've been doing for January is taking 1 day and just using it for just planning and growing. So I limit my social media. It's not 100% zero that day, but hopefully I can get there. It's challenging. But I limit my social media and I limit my YouTube and all of that. And it's just growing and planning, the business and where I'm at with my goals, kind of checking in and that right there has already, like Wednesdays have already become quickly my favorite day. So I just got to structure it a little bit better so I can it'd be great to completely disconnect from social media and disappear. Let's take a look. So 9 books. Therapy is good for personal growth. Yes. Okay. All by James Cavell. I'm guessing that's the book. 4 books in 2017. Tony Robbins, Unlimited Power and Weight. Man, those are massive books. I did those on audio, and I can only do Tony's books on audio. They're too big. They scare me. I guess he's a big guy, so he writes big books, right? But so that's cool. Personal growth. Okay. Now here's the topic that we'll see what you guys think. Material. And yeah, I'm talking about materialistic stuff. Okay? Like one of the big things I want to get this year is a brand new car. Brand new car. Want to get a new car. So bad. But then there's also other things that are a bit more practical, like want to get a new iMac for the business, But honestly, you get your money right, and you ain't spending it. What's the point of being the richest man in the graveyard? Go spend your money, have some fun with it, right? New wardrobe for me and the wife. Just throw out all our old clothes and go buy a whole bunch of new ones, right? Some materialistic stuff. By all means, it's not everything. But you know what? It is nice to have nice things. It feels good. You look good. I'll put travel under here, right? There's a couple beach trips we'd like to go do this year as a family. So, different things like that. Want to get the in-laws new washer and dryer, because I hate theirs. So I want to get them a new washer and dryer. I don't know if that fall under material. It's not. Maybe not. It might fall under the next category that we'll talk about. Man, you have a great sense of humor. You should bring it out more, possibly. Have you watched it, Vinay? Have you watched any of my no BS videos? But yeah, so materialistic stuff. I did a video on people who do. People don't like talking about materialistic stuff and why people should talk about it more. Go with what motivates you, right? Materialistic stuff, it motivates me. I'm not shallow. I'm not shallow that I don't understand that, there's way more important things like taking care of the family and building the business and spending your money right and all of that. But hell, new toys motivate me. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right? So materialistic stuff. All right? What are some of the materialistic things that you would love to get your hands on 2018? I was watching Instagram story from one of the guys that I follow, and he said this time last year he was $1,000 in debt, and I don't know, some other like typical here's where I was type of stuff. And in 1 year he made just over $900,000, bought a Ferrari 458, and has a couple different streams of income now. He's doing investing in crypto and some different things like that. And just reading that, I read that this morning, and it was just so motivating. It's just so cool to see how you can completely change your life in 1 year. And I don't got a Ferrari out there yet, but I did completely change my life and my family's life in the course of the last 12 months. And there's no reason why you can't do that over the next 12. And the last one that I talk about is giving back, or contribution, whatever you want to call it. So giving back. New laptop bag, leather boots. Leather boots, that would be pretty cool, huh? All right. Giving back. Now here's giving back, right? I think contributing to society is definitely something we should all do. We should probably all do a little bit more, right? Hands down. But you should also give back when you're able to give back. Right now, we don't do any donating to charities or anything like that. But there are, like we've talked about it, me and my wife, we've talked about it, we've wrote it down, that we definitely would love to contribute to some of these charities. Different ones that kind of mean something to us. But you know what has to come first? What has to come first? You got to get that financial right first. Because if you can't get this right, you definitely can't give back. And you know what? The people who get this right are able to give back in much bigger ways, right? When disasters strike, or we talked about this, right? Friend gets sick or whatever, give back and take care of certain things. So that's cool. Spiritual goals. I didn't even write that down, man. That's a good one, right? What type of spiritual goals? Maybe it's going on like a retreat. That'd be really cool. Like, I've always wanted to do one of those like no talking retreats for like, it scares me to think about not talking for like a day. The retreats, I'm sure, are like 5, 6, 7 days. But yeah, like a spiritual retreat or just going to one of, going to Rome. Right, going to Rome and seeing like the Vatican or whatever it is that you want to go check out is definitely cool. Financial goals: generate 10K a month from an automated publishing business. Totally. So that's awesome. All right, really, that's what I had for you. Right, that's what I had for you. Give me a thumbs up on YouTube if you appreciate it. Show me some like and love on Instagram and Facebook. Appreciate that, but I really want to help you guys, get off to the absolute best start you can for this year. And I think my life totally changed when I started working with, I work with D1. He's my mentor. He kind of took me to the next level and helped me think a lot bigger. So I really challenge you, right? Don't repeat last year again this year, right? Find a way to push yourself, to grow yourself, to go outside of your limits. And, if you need somebody to help with that, like I have different mentoring programs that I do. You can work with me one-on-one. We can do group mentoring. Depends on what's aligned with your goals. But by far, 100%, when I started working with somebody else who had been where I was, who was able to kind of show me the fastest way to accomplish my goals, everything changed for me. So I just want to be that person for you, whether it's on my YouTube channel, whether we end up working together through coaching, whatever the case is. My main focus this year is really to help people accomplish what they want to accomplish in 2018. So cool. Other than that, guys, hope you all have a fantastic freaking day wherever you are in the world. And I always appreciate you joining here. I'm going to stick around on YouTube for a couple more minutes because I see some cool questions. But other than that, Facebook, thank you. And Instagram, thank you. And live video. All right. Post. Cool. All right, YouTube. Just you and us. All right? Just you and us. All right. So, Vinay, how do you talk about outsourcing the whole Kindle publishing in a VA in your course? I wouldn't recommend the Kindle Autopilot. Dated. From what I've heard, if you're not in the blueprint, I'd start there. That would be more of a
group coaching, one-on-one thing that in order to automate it. But we do talk a lot about we talk a bit about it inside the Facebook group for sure. Come on, more lifetime. Please do more videos with D1. He doesn't. I know for fiction. Russ Raj's course. I'm not sure if it's how up to date it is. I would recommend Carla. I know because she's actively working on her course. I'm just not 100% sure if Russ is still really working on his course. I don't know. Hey, that Euro guy you mentioned who does 300K publishing, he's doing nonfiction. So, yeah. Sweet. Other than that, everybody, great chatting with you, and we'll speak soon.